All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Show Publishers, where we live that passive income life one idea at a time. So today's video is going to be about starting your own business. And when I say start your own business, I mean to do it officially. Filing with your Secretary of State, getting your EIN number, making sure that you end up getting your own phone number for that particular business, and then also getting a website. Yes, it's going to cost a little money to do all that, but when you have that official, you can make sure that you're filing all of this on your taxes, because some of you are probably not taking the deductions that you can be taking by having your own business. And especially if it's a home-based business, there's quite a few things that you can start filing on your taxes as a write-off because you do have a home-based business. So let's just jump into the first part of this, and it is getting a LLC, a S Corp, a C Corp, whichever type of way you want to file your business. I'll show you how to do that. We'll just pick a state. I'm in South Carolina, so we will do South Carolina Secretary of State. And no matter what state you're in, that is the site that you should go to, the Secretary of State. So if you look on here, you see South Carolina Secretary of State, and you'll see where they already have things down here that you can choose. I would choose business entities. And this is what you see when it actually comes up. This is the site for businesses. And you'll see a couple of different things on here. But over here, it says file and search online. So the first thing you want to do if you're starting a new business, and you'll see it down here, it's got new business, existing business. And if you have an existing business, there may be forms that you may want to get a copy of. That's what the document request is. And then down here, you'll see agent search and paper forms. So if you didn't want to file online, you can print the paper forms. And then if you wanted to look up an agent, every business has to have an agent that represents it. And that person is going to file the documents, for them. If there's questions from the state about that business, the agent will be the one that gets that. If you have a home-based business and you are the only one in that, you're sole proprietor in your LLC or whatever it may be, you can be the agent also on that business. So don't think you have to go and get somebody else to be the agent on that. So let's just say we're going to start a new business filing. I'm just going to make up something. Going to put my name, Michelle Jenkins, LLC. And then we're going to do a search, because you always want to do a search to see if that name is available. You may have been working under a particular business name, but if you go out here and do a search and that name's already taken, you won't be able to use that, of course. Now this one is available, so I'm just going to say add new entity. Now what comes up here is the login information. Since I already have businesses filed with the Secretary of State in South Carolina, my information automatically comes up. So I just hit login. The next screen that comes up is asking, is it a domestic entity or is it a foreign entity? A foreign entity is going to be any business that you may be trying to file in that state, but is not located in that state. So let's say I was trying to file a business in North Carolina, but my business is in South Carolina. I'd have to do a foreign entity signing. So since it's domestic, I'm going to say yes. And then you have the drop down. This is where you have to decide what type of business you want to file. I would say make sure you talk with your CPA to understand which is the best way for you to file. Everybody's business is going to be different. I've always filed LLCs. I think that until you get to a certain amount of money, I wouldn't switch it over to an S Corp or C Corp, whichever one. But that is something you should take up with your CPA to find out the best way to do it. So I'm just going to say a LLC. Now, this is the price of filing a articles of organization, which is filing for your LLC. It's $110 in South Carolina. So if I click on it there, then it takes me into this page, and you're basically just putting your name and email address. If you got a different mailing address, you put that down here, and then you click continue. That's it. So when you see all these things that are out here that says, hey, we'll file your business for you for $2.99 or, whatever it is, do it yourself. It is not hard to do. Basically, like I said, once I put this information in, it's going to jump to number 3 for me to review it and pay it. That's it. There's nothing else that you need to do. Now, once you have that file, they will let you, at least on South Carolina, if you want to get copies of your documents, it's like an extra $15 to download those, get copies of them, file them in your records, but you are on there officially. And just like I will go back a page and we're going to search, and I will show you. So my business is Moncho Publishers, and it shows you right here. I'm LLC. I'm in good standing. I've been in here since 2017. And then if you click on it, it just shows you the information on there, about it. It'll tell you the P.O. box or the address to mail different things to. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. Once you get your LLC or S Corp or however you filed your business, you then need to get your EIN. You get your EIN through the government as irs.gov, but let's see if we can find it here. So I clicked on the wrong one. You want to make sure, because it's going to be a lot of places on here, make sure you go to irs.gov. That is the official place to file it. Don't go on any of these other sites where they're going to try to charge you. And then you basically say apply online now. They'll give you this little authorization thing. Just click OK. You can read this information if you need to, but basically all you need to do is to begin the application. And then it's going to ask you, what are you filing for? Now, when you go in, you can choose a LLC for it, but most of them may end up getting you to do a sole proprietor if you only have one member. So let's do it. We're going to say LLC. We will continue. So let's see. It gives you the information on the structure. Is a structure allowed by state statute, which you've already gone through and got that officially. How many members are in your LLC? Let's just say 1. Please select the state. We're going to say South Carolina because that's where we filed ours at. You would select whichever one yours is. Hit continue. Now, this is where it gives you the information. It says, since you are a single member LLC, you will initially be classified as a disregarded entity for the purpose of filing taxes. If the only member of the LLC is an individual, the LLC income and expenses are reported on Form 1040, which is basically your regular income tax. But if you want to file it as a different classification, it tells you the other forms you can do. I've never done that. Like I say, talk with your CPA to see which is the best way for you. So you hit continue. When you go over here, if you just started a new business, it's asking you your reason for it. Mine is usually I've started a new business. You hit continue, and then it's going to ask you for your name, your social security or your TIN number, and then whether you're the owner or if you're applying for someone. But this is straightforward. It is very easy to do. Once you finish this, they immediately give you your EIN, and then you have the paperwork that you can download. So those are the 2 ways, those are the 2 things that you need to do to get your business off the ground. The other 2 items, like I mentioned, is getting a business phone. I would suggest talking with your actual place that you currently have your phone with to see if you can do like a dual SIM where you have one phone, but it has 2 SIM cards. I don't know what it would cost, as far as with your place. I know that AT&T does that. If you have a certain level of iPhone, it has the dual SIM where you could do that. Other people use the Google phone. You just want to be official with it though. You want to be able to have that number where you can file it and you know that there's not going to be any issues with it. It's not going to get changed arbitrarily. Like if you have a Google phone number, anything can happen with it. You want to get an official phone. It's not something that you got to hurry and do, but that is something that you need to have on there. The other thing and the final thing is a professional website. It doesn't have to be a high-zooted, web page. You can go on Fiverr. You can get someone to create, a website for you. I actually created my own website. It took a little bit, when I was actually doing it. But at the time when I was doing it, I wasn't in a huge rush. So what you're looking at, this is actually my webpage. I created all of this, myself, but you can easily go on Fiverr, get someone to create it for you for 20 bucks, 25 bucks. If you just want a single page, 1 or 2 pages, it is not going to be expensive, but you can do that unless you want to do it yourself. So those are the items, to make sure that you are officially a business and not a hobby. You're basically a hobby if you don't have these things filed, because you're missing out on any type of tax write-offs that you can be doing for your business on your taxes if you don't have it official. And the IRS looks at it being official. If you have a EIN, if you have a LLC, S Corp, those are the things that make you look official. Having the business phone and the website makes it easier for you when you want to get funding, for your business. Having all those things make you look official. So hopefully that helped you out. It was just a quick video. If you need help filing for your EIN or for your business, just shoot me an email, drop a line down on the video. I'll help you any way I can. And of course, it's at no charge, because we're all in this together, trying to get down that financial freedom journey. Thank you for joining Monshell Publishers. We'll see you on the next video. Yeah.